Welcome to Amplifyre's interview series. My name is Christian, and joining me today is a partner at 3S Studio, Andre. Andre, welcome to the series. How are you today?
Hi, Christian. I'm really good, thank you. I'm excited to talk about sustainability. It's a topic that is really important for us as a company. So, yeah, excited to be here.
Yeah, me as well, and it's a very important topic for me personally. As you mentioned, we're talking about sustainability and its role in software development. So maybe to start us off, can you explain what are sustainability-driven products and their importance in today's market?
Yeah, so as you mentioned already, we're talking about digital solutions. So basically, sustainability-driven products or digital solutions are the solutions that aim to promote sustainability practices or contribute to sustainability goals. And these products are created with a focus of reducing carbon emissions, minimizing energy consumption, as well as reducing waste. Of course, these products exist in pretty much, or can exist in pretty much every sector, and they can exist in pretty much a lot of forms. And they should exist in pretty much every sector, right? And I can give a few examples here, like energy management systems. These are software solutions that help us track, control, and optimize energy usage in buildings or facilities. These solutions can reduce energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions, which is, of course, really important. Then there's smart grid solutions. Smart grid solutions are getting a lot of traction these days within energy companies. So these tools facilitate the integration of renewable energy sources into the grid and enable more efficient power distribution. Another good example could be supply chain management software, which, of course, this is a software that already exists, right? And this is a good example of integrating sustainability into an existing type of software. So these solutions can include features for companies that can track and reduce their carbon footprint, manage waste, and ensure the sustainability of their own suppliers. Then there's the solutions that are, let's say, more focused directly on sustainable topics. So they're not necessarily tackling a process within a company, but they're actually solutions that are built for a sustainable purpose, like carbon footprint calculators. These are tools that help individuals and organizations estimate their emissions, and of course, which is most important, identify the opportunities to reduce these emissions, right? And then there's smart city solutions that are software systems that use data to improve the sustainability of urban environments. And this can include everything from optimizing public transportation routes to reducing energy usage in public buildings. The key commonality across all of these solutions is the use of software to enable more sustainable practices, either through more efficient resource use or reduction of waste, or the facilitation of sustainable behavior. And this leads me into talking a bit about how we've been doing things and why do we focus on these topics per se. So at 3S Studio, we are a value-driven organization. This is one of our core visions. When we set up our company, we imagined ourselves of delivering value to the software that we build. So sustainability fits perfectly into the core values of our company. And we were fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be involved in building a product that was focused on sustainable mobility, and the product is called Live Mobility. At Live Mobility, we automate the journey administration and coach employees on how they can reduce emissions and save costs. So basically, we tackle change management and change management towards sustainable behavior or sustainable behavior in mobility itself. So companies can create effective policies by rewarding employees, introducing and stimulating change of behavior, and empowering personal motivation, or using the influence of competition and gamification to perpetuate the more sustainable behavior. Of course, partnering up with Live Mobility opened up a lot of opportunities for us to promote and work on sustainable mobility for our clients. As for example, we observed the potential of influencing driving behavior through our collaborations with automotive companies. We created tools that enable our clients to positively influence driving habits. These tools incentivize specific driving behavior that results in reducing fuel consumption and of course reducing the carbon footprint. Another good example of what we have done working with sustainability focused products is our collaboration with forward-thinking energy companies who are reimagining the future of their business, and together with one of these companies we developed an electric vehicle charging solution that is basically aimed to provide fast access to infrastructure for EVs. But the most important thing is that there's a lot of solutions that do this, but what we or they actually wanted to do is use this solution to optimize the energy grid usage, resulting in significant cost saving for both the provider and the driver. But more important for us is that this results in reducing CO2 emissions and contributes to a cleaner environment.
You know, in your answer, you mentioned, tools and things like this. So maybe we can talk a little bit about that. From your experience, what technologies have been most effective in developing sustainable products, and why do you think so?
Well, when building a digital solution, we need to consider a lot of things like the speed of development, a great user experience, and of course, working within the budgets. Building for the sustainable mobility industry is no exception, right? The only thing I could say adds to it is the urgency of sustainability matters, because it's clearly an important topic for us, because it's just so much time that we have to act upon it. We're actually falling a bit behind, but right, I'm not gonna get into that now. So for the reasons I mentioned earlier, like speed, experience, and budgets, we picked Flutter as the technology we currently develop our products with, because it ticks all the boxes for us. Flutter offers cross-platform compatibility. This allows us to develop apps that work seamlessly on Android and iOS, as well as web, right? Another good advantage of Flutter is that it has a rich set of pre-built widgets and tools that can be customized to meet specific design and functionality requirements. This saves a lot of time and cost for development, right? We use mostly Material UI in our apps, and because it adds to the user friendliness in our opinion. And with Flutter, this is implemented with ease. And the fourth point, and one of the most important points and the most important things that Flutter offers is a good, robust community of developers, ensuring that there is always support and resources available to help with any challenges that we might face within our development processes. I think by leveraging all these advantages, we are able to develop sustainable products quickly and efficiently without compromising on quality or functionality. So this is why Flutter is such a good fit for us.
It's super interesting, and seeing, how compatibility has become like at the forefront of what we do in software development. Now, we know that everything changes so rapidly here, and looking ahead, how do you envision the future of sustainability driven products and services, and what role do you see technology playing in that future?
That's a good question. The future of sustainability driven products, we think, is really promising. There's an increase of focus on environmental and social responsibility across businesses and governments as well, right? So firms and governments globally are transitioning from talking, because up until this point it was more about talking about sustainable topics, but now they need to take action on sustainability. So this will lead into sustainable products, services, and supply chain practices being developed to increase revenue, satisfy investors and regulations, maybe improve company reputation, which is another thing that a lot of companies like to do. So they like to say they're sustainable, and this, of course, now that they can act on it, right? With these solutions, they can not only say it, but actually be sustainable. Another very important thing is that consumers today are demanding more eco-friendly products, and I can give an example of myself. Even when I buy something now, online, let's say clothing, I always tick the sustainability box, right? So I always think of this example when I mention this point or talk about this point of consumers actually demanding sustainability. Of course, social media helps us a lot. With the younger generation is more increasingly demanding for sustainability, right? And I think carbon offsets and credits will gain popularity again. So companies will be obliged to offset or pay for their emissions, but probably in the future it will, because of technology, we can act upon it with less fraud than we used to in the past, right? As I think I mentioned already in the beginning, but sustainability is becoming a key factor in the operations of business and in the processes of every business. We saw a great rise in businesses having C-level sustainability officers, right? This was one of the jobs with the greatest growth in the past few years. And yeah, so pretty much sustainability driven products and services will continue to significantly influence the future of our businesses. And summarizing everything together, I think companies will, one, be obliged to make changes towards sustainability, or choose to make changes towards sustainability, because we also have laws coming that will if we don't want to adhere to the sustainable goals, we will have to do it at some point, right?
And I think most companies should, oblige to do it voluntarily before any kind of laws come in, because, like you said, this is an important factor, and especially with the younger generations that will be taking over the world one day. This is a big, pain point to them, is whether or not sustainable or not. So really interesting conversation, Andre. And I think this conversation should go further. So if people are interested in what you guys do at 3S Studio, where can they go?
Yeah, well, people can find us online on our website, of course, and on social media, with a greater focus on LinkedIn, right?
Brilliant. So go check them out. Links are in the description as usual. Andre, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to have you on. Super interesting topic, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you as well. Really good talking to you. I hope I started a spark within people watching this video, focusing on sustainable products.